Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be telling you about the 5 rules of aesthetic. These will help you gain attention on your posters and make your designs appealing to the user's eye. So the first rule is minimalism. What this means is that you try to use as less elements like images, lines, shapes, different fonts, sizes and colors on your poster or your design. So what you want to make sure is that there isn't too much going on in the poster that it confuses the person that is looking at it. You want to try to focus on one main element. So for example, in this poster, I've used the Swarakita heading as my main focus of attention. The second rule of aesthetic is to repeat elements. So if you look at the left-hand side corner, you can see that I've used repeated images of the Swarakita logo using the grid function on Canva. Another thing you can do is repeat lines or basic design structures. For example, here I have a circle and I've used the same element here at the top to catch attention. This makes it more attractive to the person that is looking at the poster. This brings me to a very important third rule of aesthetic, which is alignment. Alignment is the way in which the things on your posters are placed. For example, you can see that the 2 lines on my poster, and if I move this line here slightly to the left, you can see that it does not look as appealing. It looks like there is something wrong with the poster as the lines do not seem to be placed in the same way. The same rule would also go if this line were to be, for example, not parallel. If it was a little bit tilted, you can see that this does not look pleasant. So you want to try to make sure that your poster has good alignment. The fourth rule of the aesthetic is to use a good color scheme that goes with your logo. So in this poster, you can see that I've only used red, white, and black, which are the colors of the logo, but I've also used yellow. So the reason I've used yellow is to draw attention to the center. And you can see that I've used a good color here because it does not interfere with the other colors and it also goes with them. It looks good with them. For example, if I had instead used a really dark blue here, or if I had used an orange that was very similar to this red color, it would not have looked as good. This brings me to my last point, which is consistency. This means that you try to have at least one element that is the same throughout all your designs that you post on social media. What this means is that you try to use either similar color patterns, you constantly put the logo on your posters, you can try to use the same format, the same font sizes, and the font styles, which is the way the text is written on the screen. You can see that this and this is a different font. So you can try to use the same fonts to be consistent in your designs. Why this is important is because it helps the users, the people who are looking at your content, recognize your brand, and it helps build a relationship and a connection with them. So these are the 5 rules of aesthetic that you can try to incorporate into your designs. And I hope that this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.